In this video I'm going to take a look at plastic versus paper straws and some of the other alternatives. Drinking straws, I bet you don't give them much thought. We use them so much in our daily lives. Our kids use them in their slushies, and us grown-ups use them in our fancy iced coffees from the shop on the high street. But we don't give them much thought. We chuck them in the bin and forget about them. Maybe it's time we stop and think about how many straws we actually use. Over the past few years, single-use plastic, and especially plastic straws, have come under fire from their impact on the environment. Now, plastic straws have been part of our lives since the 60s. They're everywhere in our lives. Over 4 billion plastic straws are sold in the UK every year. Plastic straws are very hard to recycle, and most end up in landfill. They can take over 200 years to decompose, which can be harmful to wildlife. Now, plastic straws might only account for a small percentage of waste in the oceans, but the damage that they cause to wildlife is huge. Plastic straws can cause a lot of damage to seabirds, fish and other animals when they get lodged in their nose and throats. Plastic straws can be washed and reused, but be honest, how many of us have ever actually done that? Most end up in the bin. This brings me to paper straws. They've become a lot more popular in the last year because governments are banning single-use plastic straws. But not everyone are fans. How many times have you used a paper straw and it's fallen apart before you get to the end of your drink? Now, they've been brought in because they are said to be better for the environment. From what I've been reading recently, I'm not so sure if they are such a good swap from plastic straws. You'd think straws made from paper would be easy to recycle, but of course life isn't that simple. Some paper straws have, believe it or not, a plastic liner inside them. Now, one of the problems with paper straws isn't the fact that they can't be recycled, it's that recycling plant machinery can't handle the size of the straws. So if plastic straws are bad for the environment and paper straws can't be recycled yet, so what am I supposed to do, you might ask? Before you give up in despair, there are other alternatives to the plastic versus paper war. Have you ever thought about pasta? Because pasta straws are made from food, they're fully biodegradable, so you could compost them after you use it. Now, the only drawback with them is that you can't use them in hot drinks, since warm water causes the pasta to become mushy, which wouldn't look good in your posh coffee. They could become more popular in restaurants than paper straws, but I have to say my favourite are metal straws. They've become a lot more popular in the last year. They're fully reusable and easy to clean. Now, the only problem with them is you need a bit of forward thinking. If you're eating out, you need to remember to take them with you, which can be a bit of a pain. After all these options, there is actually another option. There's the option not to use a straw at all. Now, do we really need to use one? Sometimes it's more of a convenience than anything else. So next time you're out, think, do I really need to use a straw? If plastic waste is something you worry about, you might want to watch this video.